Hello everyone, good morning and welcome back to Sports Today. It's the start of a new week. It was yesterday. We're still very much in, and if you're just joining us, just wanted to wish every one of you out there happy Valentine's Day. Yes, I know we're not technically couples, but Valentine's Day is a day to spread love, and on that note, we're here to bring you everything that may or may not have happened in the world of sport last night that took place whilst you were catching up on some all-important rest, getting some sleep, or which maybe just missed your attention just a tad. Well, worry not, for we've got you covered. So without further ado, let's get straight down to some rather interesting things, and we're starting off with a revelation from former India coach Kirsten. Now, Kirsten has gone on record, and he was saying so in an interview with a podcast, talking about two very important things. One was that when he took over the team, what was the mindset and the mentality of two Indian legends that he was with at that point. One of them being Sachin Tendulkar, the other being then skipper MS Dhoni. Now, he spoke about the mindset that Sachin had, and he said that Sachin at that point had been playing on for a long time, but despite actually performing at a very high level, he was contemplating retirement. And again, this is not new, but it is saying a lot that even back then, despite him actually finding a turnaround in his form, Kirsten admitted that Sachin sometimes went through feelings or phases where he felt that he wasn't doing enough for the team and that maybe he should just step aside. On Dhoni, he said that working with Dhoni was a delight because Dhoni was someone who had a laser focus. He was crystal clear as to what it is he wanted to accomplish. He wanted to win lots of trophies with India, and for that he wanted to build a very strong team. And obviously Kirsten and Dhoni was very much a dream team in that regard. So he did speak about that, and he talks. It's very interesting to hear that perspective on two legends of the game, two very different stages of their career, but what it is that they were feeling or thinking at that point. Sachin, to be fair, at that point was going through a bit of a low phase in terms of form, and even after he overturned it, he still actually didn't feel like he was contributing enough, whereas Dhoni was laser focused on building a team that could win India trophies on a consistent basis. And speaking of India winning trophies, the Border Gavaskar series is going on right now, and there has unfortunately been a bit of criticism from the Australian side of things, not just about the pitch, but on the Australian team itself. Now, former Aussie great Alan Border, after whom the Border Gavaskar Trophy is named, had actually criticized Steve Smith for showing a thumbs up after he was beaten by a delivery from Ravindra Jadeja, and Border had said very clearly that, look, I can't believe he's showing them thumbs up. We're Aussies, we're supposed to be playing hard-nosed cricket. Yet he was defended by Alex Carey, the man you can see on the left of your screen. Carey said, look, I respect Alan Border a lot. I understand where it is he's coming from, but with Smith, that is pretty much just how he is at all times. You do not expect him to change that about him. And in fact, more often than not, when he does actually, do these sort of weird gestures, it gets him in a good headspace. So as long as he's there, we're happy. He's defended his teammate, and that's a wonderful thing to say, because again, I personally am not a big fan of this talk of we are Australia and we should be playing like this and that. Look, we all know Australia didn't show much fight, but I don't think Steve Smith not showing Jadeja a thumbs up would have made any major difference to the outcome of the test. It's not so much how does you behave, it is how you play. And Australia didn't play very well, and Carey acknowledges that. But another interesting thing that Carey talked about is his penchant for a reverse sweep. Both times in the first test, he was looking to play that shot constantly, and both times he ended up being dismissed whilst playing such shot. However, he has made it very clear that that is going to be his modus operandi going forward, and that he said that, look, sometimes that shot is going to get me out, other times it's going to get me plenty of runs. I'm okay with that, and it seems that he's pretty intent on using his counter-attacking ability and excuse me, and particularly on using this shot, the sweep shot or the reverse sweep shot, as often as is possible in order to get the best success on Indian pitches. Switching our focus now from the world of cricket to the world of football, and the Merseyside derby took place last night, Liverpool versus Everton, always a big match in the Premier League, and it was rather unsurprisingly the red side of Liverpool who ended up going out victorious. Now, truth be told, neither of these teams came into this match at too great a position. Liverpool were 10th, Everton 18th. So Liverpool nowhere near the top of the table where they expect to be. Everton definitely not expecting to be in a relegation fight for a second straight year. So it was supposed to be seen as a match where really anything could happen, but the good news for Liverpool is they snapped a streak of 4 winless games, going back up since pretty much the time the World Cup actually ended. and got a win over their local rivals. Naturally, Reds fans would be hoping that this win can be something of a catalyst for them that can actually help push them further up the table towards the end of the season. Keeping our focus on football, but switching focus from the Premier League to La Liga, Real Sociedad have actually closed the gap to Real Madrid in second position after they beat Espanyol 3-2. Now, it is worth noting that Real Madrid do very much have a game in hand still, because don't forget they didn't play this weekend's fixtures due to the fact that they were away playing the FIFA Club World Cup. But it is also interesting that the Real Sociedad are that close to Real Madrid, because it shows just how ordinary a season Real have been having. Not only are they nowhere close to retaining La Liga, they're actually right now in danger potentially of finishing not even in the runners-up position. Now, of course, it doesn't make that much of a difference for them in terms of, they'll get European qualification, but it's still a matter of pride that you want to be finishing second place or runners-up to your your biggest rivals. And at this rate, it does seem like there's some danger that they may not be able to do even that. Switching our focus now from the world of football to Formula 1. And February 13 was an interesting day for the sport. Why? Because there was not just one, but two major car launches that took place on the same day, albeit at slightly different timings. McLaren were one of the first teams to launch their own their car, and they've called it the MCL60, which is a tribute to the fact that this year is the team's 60th anniversary of its founding. So the fact that McLaren, an independent team, have been going for 60 years, nothing short of amazing, and that's why they've called this car the MCL60. This is their car that is going to be, their 2023 car. Features some interesting design changes, and to be fair, they haven't revealed the entirety of the car, but it's not necessarily a livery reveal. They did highlight aspects of the car that they've changed from 2022. So should be very interesting to see how it is that this particular year treats them, because remember, they were very good in 21, fell off a bit in 22, but would be hoping that the problems that plagued them last year will be behind them with the new car. And speaking of car launches, the other team to launch their car on the exact same day, February 13th, was Aston Martin. That's the AMR3, the first car, or the AMR23, the third car that has been launched by the team since it got rebranded Aston Martin. The livery always looks amazing. This green color is just very, very iconic. They've gone for a very aggressive design, unlike last year where they were a bit conservative, then kind of had to change their car, design midway to actually get better results. They've been very aggressive. They've, from the onset, they've changed the design, will bring them, the kind of success they used to enjoy as Force India and Racing Point. That's something that we'll know soon, but it does very much look to be a step in the right direction, and having a two-time world champion driver in Fernando Alonso always going to be a helpful thing. And that's it for this edition of the Morning Update from Sports Today. Thank you all so very much for joining us. If you enjoy our work, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tap the bell icon, leave us a comment, and don't forget to also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Last but not least, don't forget to download the SportsTech app. And if you're already on the channel, why not go ahead and check out a few more videos that we've done yesterday, as well as which we'll be doing today. Thank you all again for joining us. I hope to see you with us through the day. For now, though, goodbye.